Hey, happy holidays, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Getting Back on Track with Steve
And Roxy.
live. So, it's after the holidays. Everybody's had their Christmas rush, opening Christmas presents and having a good old time with family.
All the excitement.
All the good stuff. All the good stuff.
Hi, HVAC guy. Good to see you.
Hey, HVAC, how you doing? Hope you had a good Christmas.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh, how you doing, bud? I wasn't sure if you were going to make it or not, so I guess you didn't have to take off. So we this week, because we've had a really busy week with the holidays and family activities and visitors and so many things. We're going to have just kind of a low-key day today. I think we're just going to run a live stream for about an hour. We're not doing any 3D printing. We're not doing any painting this week.
No, we're going to enjoy the trains. We've got a new fourth view going on where you can see the whole backside around the mountain.
Yeah. So yeah, just gonna run some trains today. We're not gonna do any of the extra stuff.
Hi,
Hey,
Peter.
Peter, how you doing? Aloha. So I hope you had a good Christmas, Peter. We've been super busy here. It seems like every day there's all this stuff's got to get done.
The holiday week's always the busiest.
Yeah. Well, glad you're doing well, Josh. So yeah, it was. We had a busy couple of days, gatherings with families for like 3 days in a row.
You got to do that while everybody's in town.
So we didn't, because of the holidays there, we didn't really get much done as far as the layout goes.
Not so much.
But it's all looking about the same. But we do have a new view here. Let me
Printer. Yeah.
let's see here. There we go. We got a new view, so you can see the one end of the layout that we haven't been really looking at. And I think it's a pretty good view. It shows this whole mountain region from one side to the other.
84, that sounds nice.
Wow. So we were like 64 degrees when I got up this morning.
It was t-shirt weather.
I mean, just a warm breeze and everything. But by this evening, we're going to be dipping down into the 20s. So it's a big drop.
I just came in with the dogs, and it has gotten pretty cold out there already.
Yeah. So yeah, we're expecting some winds and stormy weather here for a few days.
Yeah.
So we'll just bundle up and think happy thoughts about Maui.
That's right. I love how we could see both of the tunnels here for how we're going to get off of the layout into the rail yard.
Yeah, and it's really good to be able to see the area that we started working on the terrain, so you can see how the whole mountain area is kind of built up and going to work over there. You know, I think once we get the plastic off and sculpture mold done and start getting some trees and things in there, it's going to look pretty epic.
Well, and the plaster cloth and sculpture mold this week's project, right?
Absolutely. In fact, I'll probably get started on some of that tomorrow. I got a little holes and gaps I need to fill up ahead of time, and then I want to let that set up a little bit before we start putting our plaster cloth down. But it's going to be a whole bunch, and it's going to make a big change again. So we're looking forward to it, man. I'm also thinking about going forward from there. You know, the things that we got to do. Well, I'm not sure what you mean by a double header there, HVAC guy. Yeah, I do like this additional view on here.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that. So down the road as we're incorporating, I'm thinking I need to set up a separate line running in for the webcam up there at the top of the peninsula. I'm thinking we might drill down through the peninsula so we can feed a cord up through there and be able to set a permanent camera up in that end.
Oh, that would be really cool.
You know, and then we could set it down a little bit lower so it's just over the tops of the buildings. And then we could do some things to disguise it so it incorporates into the scenery.
Maybe we can build it into a water tower or something.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
But it would be really cool, especially as the city that we're going to have there develops.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping so too, Josh. So this has been running for about 3 hours now?
It has been, and it's been running great.
Everything's running really well today.
Oh, you know, we've talked about doing that. We have a train cam that we made, and we've been talking about how to incorporate it into our lives.
Yeah, so we haven't figured out how to get that camera car on there and be able to run it and be able to put it on the lot.
Yeah.
We know we can run it and we can make video.
Come on, good to see you.
Oh, hey, Mom. How's the future look?
I think we may need to upgrade that camera to get something reliable enough to use for the feed.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. We'll have to investigate that and see what that's going to cost. But
yeah,
I think it would be. I think it would be good thing to add, especially as we get more scenery going. It makes it more fun.
It'll be like going on a journey.
Yeah. But you can see where we got that camera smoking up in the middle of everything back there.
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
All right. Well, send it this way, Mon.
Safety barriers for oil storage tanks. Cool.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Yeah, Roxy just painted a bunch of barriers.
Yeah. I got tired of them being blue.
Yeah. We have all our normal views, but I love this one.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to see that in.
Yeah, the elevations are coming together.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like the effect. How you doing, RWC?
Nice to see you.
Nice, yeah.
I think it'd be so cool to figure out how to model that truck that moves the Jersey barriers.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really neat.
Yeah, that would be good. I love this view. Went to the wrong screen.
Oh yeah, the mountain's still pink.
Yeah, it's just been a busy week, man. We were just talking about that a few moments ago, that we just haven't really had time to get into anything this week it's been about 10 days straight that we've just been busy.
Yep, all the Christmas stuff. Yeah, this week we'll be putting plaster down, probably get it painted. And then the following week, we're looking forward to getting into ground cover and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, with 2 trains leading, it consists.
Yeah.
We have a train to hook up like that, but we need to upgrade the couplers on it.
Yeah, and the other one's got an odd coupler setup I haven't seen before, so I got to figure out how to change that out from the awful horn hooks that are on there.
Yeah, they don't really work with the other couplers we've been using.
But I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just haven't been able to find it yet. Yeah, I saw Dave was running a live today.
You got trains in stereo.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's been for like about 10 days now. It's just been so busy with the holidays and things to get ready, and then the holidays happen, and then family, and it's like day after day of family stuff.
Oh yeah, well, you had a great time.
Yeah, the Christmas was really fun this year. We had a couple of family days where we played cards all afternoon and evening. We had the usual Christmas feast with a big old baked ham.
Yep, that's the best.
Gift giving and all that fun stuff.
And of course, the week leading up is always lots of shopping, making sure you have all the essentials.
Yeah, yeah. Prepping food.
Yep.
So.
10K subs. That's awesome. That'll be really cool.
Yeah, I think he'll get there. It's funny, old Dave. When I first ran into him, he didn't even have 100 subscribers. When I first ran across his channel.
Closet Branch, hi.
Hey, Closet Branch, how you doing?
He's
Yeah,
just
he had
taking off.
he didn't even have 100, but he's a fun guy to listen to, and he always puts out interesting content. And,
Yeah, has a good sense of humor.
yeah, and he just exploded all of a sudden. It seemed like.
Yeah,
Because he was going up and up and up, and all of a sudden it's like boom.
I think that's how it goes sometimes on YouTube. You go along and do a lot of stuff, and then eventually something happens with the algorithm, and you get out there.
Yeah, but he puts out a lot of good, informative content.
We've learned a lot from him.
So back in those early days, he didn't have memberships, and the content he's putting out, I was learning a lot of stuff, things he was doing.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and joined his Patreon because I wanted to make sure that he keep putting out content for me.
Oh yeah, definitely a good reason to be following somebody.
So I was on his Patreon for just about a year. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. So yeah, that the pink area there, that's got to be this coming week. We got to get that done.
Yeah,
So
it's time.
Got to get back on track.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's just been that kind of week. These holidays are always that way.
Yeah. And it's really something that it's almost 2026 now.
I know. Yeah, and of course, the day after Christmas, that was kind of a rough day, anyways.
Yeah.
Because that was the day my father passed away. The day after Christmas this past year.
Yeah.
So it was a tough day of remembrance.
Yep, 8:24 or 8:42.
Yeah.
That is where we're at. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been up and down all week. I noticed, we'll gain some subscribers and then we drop. I think we've lost about 5 subscribers this month. Why, I don't know.
It's always just random, one here and one there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, subscribers have been way up this year for us. So,
It's exciting.
yeah, and we appreciate you guys always jumping in there and supporting and giving us comments and likes.
It's so helpful.
And it really is. It's nice to have that kind of support, and it's a great group. I really enjoy the group of people that are always around everything we're doing. But I think you're going to go up, Mon. I think one of the things for Mon is being in Australia, it's a smaller market.
Yeah, the community size.
Because we do have people from Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. I got a few subscribers over in like Japan and India. But I think it takes a long time to start breaking into some of those areas.
Yeah, getting some traction where you're having more than just a one-off subscriber somewhere.
Yeah. So one of the good things I did see is, oh hey Jim, how you doing?
Hi,
Happy
Jim.
holidays.
It's hard to figure out what your viewers want to see.
Yeah, we've been up and down view-wise this month too. Because we'll put out a short, I think we'll boom right out and get like 2,000 views in a day or two.
Yeah.
And then we'll put out another one, have maybe 150 views over the course of 2 weeks.
It's hard to tell. Yeah.
How the algorithm works. Of course, the long form videos, they don't get near the views as the short story.
Well, I don't think people are as patient with sitting through a whole video as they used to be.
Yeah. So we hope you had a really good holiday with that pup, Jim. Yeah, the year's been a really good year for our channel. We've been really consistent. We're up to 200 and something videos now.
Yeah.
So we got. Let me check that real quick. We got 221 videos on our channel already, which I can't hardly believe. That seems like a huge number. Yeah, psycho. Psycho pup. Yeah, they all are until they hit that certain age.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that Sonny, man, he's still a nut, man. He's 3 years old now.
He's got a crazy amount of energy.
Yeah. It's the breed. Yeah, it's been a good year, and I think we've made a lot of progress on the layout. Some of the things we're learning and stuff, we've learned quite a bit this year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's led to some of the changes in our plans as we go through it, too.
Yeah.
As we learn more doing one spot on the layout, we're like, okay, here's how we do it differently going forward.
Right. But, this is our first layout, which this seems kind of stupid that our first layout, we're making a giant one.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't go big or go home here.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Mon.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Mon.
We'll be thinking about you.
Absolutely. That's rough.
I'm loving having the backdrop go all the way around now.
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference. It's a lot better. So now I'm looking forward to getting after this terrain here. I want to get that corner done this week.
Yeah.
And then I want to, the other thing I'm thinking about is we need to start making a decision on how exactly we want this peninsula, and maybe start laying out some streets and things like that, and then we can fill the buildings in where they need to be.
Yeah, at this point we've just been making buildings because we like the buildings.
Yeah.
But we haven't really had a plan for what this town's going to look like.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get in there with our tape and kind of lay out a plan.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. We need to figure out the streets. I want to have a town square for sure.
Absolutely.
So we got this corner building, and thinking about that corner building going, okay, it should be on one side of the town square, the two buildings opposites, left and right hand entrance,
Right.
with like a setting right down in between them. It's got like benches and planters and things like that, so it's like a place where people that work in these buildings, go sit out there in the summer and eat their lunches or
Oh yeah, yeah.
whatever. But then it spills up towards the square.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would fit in there nice. Oh yeah, it absolutely did, Pete. It absolutely did. It was way cool. I was looking at it. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna add it to the Christmas village that we have going on.
That'd be so cool.
Because it plays the Christmas music. It's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got one of the Ferris wheels. I remember you had mentioned it before that it does a slip. So I'm going to pull that apart and see if I can figure out why it's slipping and what I can do to fix that.
Yeah.
So.
I'm kind of excited to try out. We got our new grass applicator.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be really fun to play with. We haven't had the opportunity to do that before.
Yeah, of course. I need to order up some more static grass. We're going to need some
Yeah.
for what we're doing.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that, Bon, because I'm thinking about the direction I've taken on this, and I think there's some things I could have done better in the planning.
Right.
And we're trying to kind of make up for some of that now.
Yeah, it is turning out differently than we expected when we started. That's definitely a place to live.
Yeah, and I was thinking that too, Peter. I was thinking it probably has a rubber belt on there, and it could be it's kind of stretched out, or
Yeah, could be adjusted.
yeah. So maybe there's an adjustment I might be able to do, or it may be that I can find another belt I can replace it with that would fit in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be so cool to set up kind of a Christmas fair area. I love growing the Christmas scene every year.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Always does. It's been a lot of fun, even though we kind of went, I'm thinking it kind of went a little backwards on some of the things we did. It's been a fun layout, and it's, turning out pretty good for what it is.
I remember the initial focus was always just whatever we got to do to get the trains running. We were just so anxious to be able to run them around. I do see a lot of people do a lot of things with that dog bone layout.
Yeah, it seems to me if I wasn't doing something like this around the room where you can go inside it and stuff,
yeah,
I would probably be doing a dog bone type layout.
It does leave a good area for adding things.
Yeah, so that ought to be said for the train coming around and then returning back through, so it looks like it's gone somewhere coming back.
Yeah.
I think that's all pretty good.
Oh, let's take a look at that. I'm gonna give it a chance to go back around to there.
Yeah.
I'm loving that little switcher we picked up.
Yeah.
It's been very reliable since you got it going.
Yeah, those brushes that were in there were just loose. They got like these little plastic tabs. They're ridiculous design.
Yeah.
Because the tabs were broken. And you can't get the tabs.
Yeah, you can't buy the fur on.
Yeah, so like, what are you supposed to do? Okay, let's see here. This is our one. Let's keep an eye peeled for the. Should be coming around here any minute.
Yeah.
There it is, coming around up there. Let's take a look, Josh.
We did. We were doing running the trains at that
Just
point.
playing trains. Yeah, couldn't help ourselves.
Well, same thing with the Christmas train. Set it all up. Couldn't wait to get it going around.
Yeah, that's exciting times, though. I mean, big milestones and.
Oh yeah, yeah. Every time there's a really big milestone, it's like, okay, let's enjoy this for a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
On the other side, after the tunnel. So we'll probably see it in the long view.
Yeah, I just love the trains just running around. I get them going. I can just sit here and just watch 3 lines just running and running and running. Hey, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
Happy holidays, buddy. That looked like it ran okay through there.
Yeah, you said after the
See if
tunnel.
I can see it here. You should be able to see it up in here.
I think it's worked itself out.
Yeah.
We did inspect the layout for Gremlins before we got started today.
Yeah, this thing been running for about 3 hours prior to the start of the live. So I was just waiting to hit that go live and holding my breath.
Right?
Because it was the same thing the last live. We'd gone for a couple hours, ran perfectly.
Yeah, it was
The
doing
second
great.
I hit live, man, everything derailed, stopped, crashed, burned.
Yeah.
It was just too much. Yeah, I'm gonna figure something out with that other camera, see if there's a way to incorporate it more in.
Yeah. Or even, well, it wouldn't really fit our timeline. If we were doing a modern layout, I'd say disguise it in a cell phone tower. One of those ones that they make look like not really a tree.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it worked itself out there, Josh. It looks pretty smooth now.
You're right, we've only filled in the missing ties on the back area where we've already painted the track.
Yeah. Yeah, I figure we'll get these ties put in as we get around to start doing some ballasting in some of these areas before we paint the track up. And
so far, the only part we have ballasted is through the tunnel.
yeah, and I wanted to do that because I realized before I put that tunnel top on, it was going to be hard to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it doesn't go all the way through ballast. It's just where you can look in and see inside the tunnel.
Right.
Just the entry areas. But even that would have been hard to do.
It would have been difficult, yeah.
So as you recall, this whole mountaintop is all one piece that we just dropped down on there. Fastened it in.
Yeah, we held out on gluing it down, too, until we were sure we were done inside.
Yeah. I really like how the contours and everything on all this looks back around there.
Yeah, I think it's going to really come together when we get it as far along as the other side is.
Yeah, that's kind of we were thinking about that, Mon. So we've got the flats that are up against the building here. So let me bring it around. So we got these flats up here, and I was thinking about that too. I was thinking, I wonder if we could fit a camera like up on top of one of the flats, peeking over the roof line, and maybe you could put some other things around it to kind of disguise it a little bit, and that would give a good view.
I'd love to do some research on some mini cams, but also if you meant from the ceiling in the basement, we've thought about that too. We could set things up where we attach them to the ceiling so that they're looking down into the layout.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, though, you don't want to get... So, the view we're looking here, this camera is mounted on the post
For the
back
backdrop.
corner.
Yeah.
So up here, we're going to need to mount them, and I think we might do that too. Maybe just put it on the post up here.
Yeah. At this point, we're working with webcams that really weren't intended for streaming. They're more like the kind of office webcams you'd have in your regular office. So they don't have as many features as we'd like to eventually have.
Well, the other drawback we've run into is the HDMI cable that we run it out with.
Mm-hmm.
You hit a certain amount of length where you're losing signal strength.
Yeah.
The power. So after a certain distance, all of a sudden you just won't run.
Yeah, I remember when we first set up cameras, we wanted to have one in the furthest corner, so we had one in each corner looking in.
Yeah.
And that one was just terrible to get working because it was just too far. We had two 20-foot cables on it, I think.
Yeah, yeah. But the other thing I was thinking is they got those powered hubs.
Yeah.
So what if you took and you set it up where halfway you got a place to plug in for power.
Mm-hmm.
So you come in, you hook in like that, you run it out.
Yeah.
And it comes back and then runs out of that powered hub back. So it would increase the juice you need in both directions.
Yeah. Yeah, that could really help.
So you'd have to set a powered hub that ran each of the corner ones. Yeah.
I think we give him new ideas weekly to look into.
Yeah, last time I talked to him about this, he offered a suggestion of like a $300-400 system. It's like,
oh yeah,
come on, yeah, you can't do that.
That would be way cool to do.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
it would.
Yeah, and looking into Bluetooth might be another way to be able to get distance.
Yeah, yeah. See if that works.
Yeah. We're definitely going to have to do some experimenting. And there are a lot of camera options out there.
Yeah.
I know when you first start out, you get the most inexpensive one. You don't know if it's the idea is going to work for you, so you don't want to spend a bunch of money on it. So for cleaning our tracks, we use a Bright Boy to go around the tracks. IPA when necessary. Have you been using anything else to clean the tracks, Dad?
No, that's it. I usually just take real light and easy, just kind of quick wipe around with the Bright Boy, and then I have a microfiber cloth, and I'll put some IPA on that and give it a wipe down like that.
Takes the lint off.
Yeah. I usually do that once a week.
Yeah. I'll make sure to tell him that, Jim. It would be really cool to have rails up there where we could change the locations.
Yeah, I see he's doing. I think the difference being is the distance that he's set up in his, because his layout is quite a bit smaller than this one.
Sure.
So this one here, I've got feeds I could put. I think each of the plug setups I got has 8 plug-ins, so I could run like 16 cameras. It's got the capability to run that.
Yeah.
But it's the distance on this layout that's the issue.
Another thing we could look into is the location. Like, it almost makes sense to run a cable that goes to your monitor and other peripherals out here and move the tower in there so it's closer.
Yeah, might not be a bad idea, because you could put it right underneath the peninsula right there.
Yeah.
And everything feed in there, and then you just run the HDMI cable out here for our monitor.
Yeah, because the distance won't hurt how your monitor will. We could even build a little shelf for it to keep it up off the ground. Exactly, Harley. That's the kind of thing I've been looking at for ideas for how to do kind of like hidden cameras in the layout.
Yeah.
Like we could have cameras in windows of buildings that would show some really neat scenes as the trains go by. And there's a lot of places you could hide if you had small ones.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun. Little thing you can't even see them.
Yeah, just hidden in the layout, but you get some great scenes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we are sitting right behind the mountain.
I don't think I can see your feet today, though.
No.
Yeah, with Amazon, it doesn't cost anything to ship. Which still amazes me how they can do business like that. You know, you get Amazon Prime, you get free shipping. So how is that even possible? They can make any money off of this?
Well, they still make our $10 or whatever dollars a month when we don't buy anything too.
Yeah, but I mean, even so, they say it's $10 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at $120 a year. And then how much stuff you order on Amazon, I'll guarantee you it costs more than $120 to ship it.
Oh yeah, probably. It is a hard call, especially knowing which ones work the best. We have one little camera that we use for the train cam. It does work decently.
Wow. Yeah, all that stuff's really gone up.
Yeah, it has. It is much more expensive even here now than when we bought it.
Yeah, I think the 2-inch stuff we were looking at was like $39 or $40 for a 4-inch sheet.
Yeah.
The 2-inch.
Yeah.
And then I went to go get another sheet and it got up to like $65 or something. I was like, what?
And that's when we started stacking up the 1-inch to get the elevations we wanted.
So I found, I could get the 1-inch stuff and stack it up for the same thickness.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid, I think it was $50 for all the sheets of 1-inch.
Jeff's Amazing Train World. Good to see you.
Hey, Jeff. Yeah, everything's gone up just unbelievably.
Yeah.
Everything costs more.
Yeah, it really does. Happy New Year.
Really glad I started this layout when I did.
Actually, yeah.
There's a lot of huge expense early on, all the lumber and foam and all that stuff. Crack, everything, all that's gone up so much.
It has. It has new modelers face some pretty stiff hurdles.
Yeah.
Though I am enjoying how much we've managed to use like every scrap of what we got, and how even still we're finding uses for stuff that so none of it's gone to waste.
Yeah, I try real hard not to waste anything.
Yeah.
I try real hard to do that. So it's like we got done building all this bench work and the 2x4s and everything for that. The scrap pieces that we ended up just tossing away that we couldn't use, all of it fit into a 5-gallon bucket out of all the stuff we did.
And even still, we were pulling things out of that 5-gallon bucket, like, oh, this piece could be here.
Yeah, I still got the bucket. I'm still pulling pieces out for little odds and ends.
Yeah.
We used them to make jigs and all kinds of things.
Or like that little camera stand we made with the little blocks.
Yeah, I have a hard time throwing any piece of wood out.
Yeah.
Because number one, the cost of the stuff.
Yeah.
And it seems so wasteful that, could be 6 months down the road, I'm going, oh, I need a piece of this for that. Got it right here. Let me go get it.
It's like that TikTok video where the son says, I need a piece of wood, and it's in like an L shape, and the dad gets all excited because he has this perfect piece of wood he's had for the last 10 years.
Yeah. Mon, you're absolutely right about that. Printing your own buildings is way cheaper than buying them.
Absolutely. We would be going a lot slower with buildings if we had to buy all the kit.
Yeah. And so far, the only kit that I bought is the trestle bridge.
Yeah, and what was funny is we found the file we had been looking for to print the bridge right after we did that.
Yeah.
Because we had looked and looked for a file that would print a bridge that was like this, and just couldn't find one anywhere.
Yeah, and looking back on it too, at the time I could find single track.
Yeah.
And I suppose I could have put 2 single track bridges across there.
I've seen it lots of times.
But it would have been harder to fit it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But, knowing what I know now, we could have put it into Tinkercad, been able to make adjustments, turn it into a double track.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that was before we knew a lot about how that works.
But it's definitely, I enjoy doing the 3D printing too. It's fun to 3D print, paint, put them together. Cool, we got this neat little building.
Or to be able to change it up, like, oh, this building would be perfect if it just had this one little thing or was a little shorter or taller.
Yeah.
And to be able to make it exactly what you need it to be.
Well, that's what I did with the that grave building flat back there.
Yeah.
I just kit bashed the heck out of it with what they had. Yeah, Murphy's Law.
Exactly it. As soon as you get the thing, then you find it.
Yeah, she did say that.
Yep.
Yeah, we have evidence.
Now we've got all these funny little pieces and you can't tell. It's like, wait, does this go over here or is it extra?
Yeah. So the other thing I want to get going on too is I've got all these trees in various stages to build.
Yeah.
So I got all those tree trunks. I think I got about 18, 19 of them done now, ready for the next stage. So I need. Actually, today would have been a good day to spray paint those because it was so nice.
Yeah, we've gotten out there early while it was
Didn't
balmy.
even think about it.
But yeah, we have a lot of trees to be making if we're gonna get this forest going on.
Yeah. Well, looking at this one view, these hills and stuff back there, it's going to look great to get a bunch of trees out there.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Psycho Puppy's back.
Psycho Puppy took Jim for a walk.
How'd that go, Mon?
Nice.
You happy with how it's printing?
Yeah, I went through a short period there where that printer was on like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for several weeks. I would just just churning stuff out.
We had so many things on our list.
That's where all those little tubs came in handy. I'd print up everything I needed to make this building. It all fit in the tub, close it up, put a piece of tape on it, say what it is, put it on the shelf.
Make sure we don't lose all the tiny parts.
Yeah, I think at one time I had like 8 or 9 kits ready to go up there.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's running well. Jake the dog is doing great.
All right.
They've been in and out of the house all day today.
What printer are you using, Mon? always got to laugh. I'll do a short, the actual print going on, and some of them come out like, oh my god, I can't believe somebody's still using one of these old Crealities.
Well, it's so fast that they upgrade these things. I can't keep up.
Ah.
Oh, that'll be cool. Out by the farm service store. We are getting close to where we're going to be doing a lot more of those smaller scenic pieces for the layout.
Yeah, and that's where we're talking about, we're thinking that we'd like to look into a resin printer.
Yeah.
So you can get smaller things, more detailed.
Well, it would be cool to get into some 3D modeling of people so you could get, like, just the right little people for the scenes you want to create.
Yeah. So Peter, one thing I did for tanks, the big tall white tank with the twin tanks next to it in the back corner here. Let me see. Let me get to that view. This one here, these LP tanks that are sitting back here. I used some white PVC and just 3D printed the caps that go on the end of it.
Oh, okay.
And those came out really well for that.
It did. I've heard good things about the Anycubic printers.
Yeah, that's great, Vaughn.
I'm looking forward this winter too to getting into our O gauge layout.
Yeah.
Because that's what that tank set you made was for, wasn't it?
Yeah, and this is actually for O gauge, but it kind of works off in the distance.
It does.
On HO, but
yeah,
it'll definitely go back on the O gauge, and then I think I'll print another one up for over here. I mean, the tank is probably fine.
Yeah.
But these here, I think, are too big. It's a race.
It's possible we could hide a small camera in a silo.
Yeah.
I love that if we wait long enough with all these trains running around the track, they eventually all come together.
Yeah. 4 years old, still pumping out the magic.
That's
excellent. So that gives me some hope. I've had mine for just over 3 years, and it does real good. I mean, it's gotten especially better.
It has gotten better
since we've gone over to what's this one printer? Is the Cura slicer. So when I went, Peter suggested we try that Cura slicer.
Yeah.
And when I went ahead and downloaded and got into that, all of a sudden I could get this printer to run much better off of the slicer.
Well, before that, you were having to do manual leveling too.
Every time.
That was a mess.
The Creality one, for some reason, did not have the code embedded in the startup sequence to do the auto level. Even though it had the BL touch and everything on it.
Right.
It just wasn't there. Well, since then, now Ben, we were talking about, and I showed it to him. He went in there and he fixed the Creality one, but now it does the auto level.
Oh, well, good. Do you still have other features in the Crea one that you like better than the Creality slicer?
I've gotten used to the Cura one, and I trust it more.
Right.
So I had real good output using Cura. So I've just been sticking with it. Yeah, you just sent me the files for the silo tops, and I'm going to try that. I'm probably going to print some tonight.
Yeah.
Just to see how they come out. Size of a nail head.
It is amazing how small they've made things like that now. And then you just have to be creative with how to apply them.
Yeah. I think, Mom's right about that. As they get smaller and smaller, it could be a trade-off for the quality of the video you get. So you want to get a certain standard of quality for doing this kind of thing.
You definitely need to make sure you get the right resolution.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where I was with this Ender 5. Was I had to manually level it every time, and it was hard to do to get it right.
It helped when you upgraded the springs and things like that, but even so, it's kind of an art to get it just right.
Yeah.
Auto leveling is a game changer.
Yeah, mine, this Ender 5, when I got it, says it's auto leveling and everything. That's why I went, because of the build volume on it.
Right.
And auto leveling, I thought, perfect. But I thought my brother spent a little bit extra for that.
Yeah.
But I could never get the auto leveling to work, and I could never understand why. And I went through all kinds of forums and looked at all kinds of things and asked questions. Seemed like nobody could help me. The only person that brought anything up that helped was Peter.
Yeah. Well, that's why we love our community.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is an extra step.
Yeah, for some reason, though, in the slicer program, there is a G code that was missing in the slicer program.
And that's the thing that does the leveling?
Yeah, so there's a series of codes that has to be in there for all the whole startup and auto leveling and all that. So Ben dug into it, he found it and figured it out. But, okay, this whole series of steps is missing here.
Right.
So he took it, he put those steps in there, and it started working the way it should. And I'll be done.
Gorza, it's good to see you.
Hi, Gorza.
Our town is coming along. We were just talking about how we need to make a plan to lay out our streets and how we want everything to look.
Hey, Happy New Year to you, Lee. I hope you have a great 2026.
I'm glad you joined us today.
Yeah, we're looking forward to some more layout in the loft. Yeah, I set up that area by the black building, another back by where the silo is at, the grain elevator is set up right now. I've got a little straight piece of track, and I laid the cork out, and that straight piece will come right out, and I can put a turnout right there. So we're going to add some additional track to service business along there.
Yeah, so that'll come out. We'll be able to set up where the grain gets loaded into the car.
Yeah.
I look forward to getting that black building kind of built up too, because right now it's just a box with some great windows.
I didn't like the way the skylight areas looked, but I found another file that does like a slanted, built-up thing on it.
It's cool.
It's like kind of like this.
Yeah.
So it'd be like two of them like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add those to it, and I think that'll make a big difference for that building.
Oh, that's pretty awesome on the Anycubic.
Yeah, I manually set the level on this once we figured out the missing G codes, and I started using Cura, but I set the automatic level, with Cura, but I did a manual level and then let it do the automatic level, and it's been perfect ever since.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Josh.
Get back to our nested live.
So our switcher, that's a Southern Pacific switcher, right, Dad?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a Southern Pacific, and it's, forget which one. Hold on, let me grab the box real quick.
We found that at the train show we went to just a few weeks ago. We had a great time. But yeah, that's an Atlas Southern Pacific switcher. S4.
Yeah, I just really like that switcher because the color scheme on it was a little different. It's the black with the orange.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that before. I just like the way it looked.
And it's been great on the layout. It's pulling a lot of cars, no problem.
Yeah, it runs pretty well. Let's see if we can see it going around the top right up here.
Yeah, that's the best view.
But yeah, it's a good runner. And that thing, it ended up costing me, what, about $33?
Yeah.
Is what I paid for it. So that's a pretty good buy.
Yeah, our favorite road name is Southern Pacific.
Yeah, you gotta love the SP. So that was the locomotives that I always saw running through my hometown growing up. Always, always.
We were sick after the train show. We went out in public and got whatever bug was going around.
Yeah, yeah.
Took a little time to get back on our feet after that.
I remember when I was in grade school, just across the street was the railroad tracks. And you'd see the trains ripping by there all the time. You had a recess playing and the trains coming through.
Yep. Well, and here it's been neat. We've seen some different colors come through the rail station lately, and that's always exciting, although I'm never in the right place to get a video when I want to.
Oh yeah, what was the road name of the one we saw? Do you remember?
Let me look at something real quick, see if I can jog my
memory. Remember we were talking about it, trying to figure out what it was, because it was like a
whole different color, kind of like
purple
a burgundy.
and gold. And,
yeah.
We were trying to figure out what road name it could possibly be, and it was like a something Illinois or Central Illinois or.
Oh, you're right. I do believe it was in Illinois Central, but I'm so used to them being orange and white.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was a different livery than I'd seen before. Yeah, it was that one. It's an Illinois Central, but it's kind of like navy and red. And a very different color scheme. It's got the stripes on the nose.
Yeah. Good looking engine.
But it was good to see, something different come through the station. I always see the Union Pacific and the Amtrak every time.
Yeah.
And those are fun, but I like the variety.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, some areas you see more variety, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Than what you do here.
Although in Washington, the only thing I ever saw was the BNSF train.
Yeah, up there was always BNSF coming through.
Yeah. I think it's hit and miss with who pays attention to their notifications. I think a lot of people just click on the homepage and see what's there.
Yeah, so I think to get notifications on there, I mean, people got to go in there and they got to select it to, hey, notify me when you got a new video.
Yeah.
You got to hit the bell. But I got folks that I watch. In fact, so Mon, I was not getting notified of Mon's videos.
Yeah, I noticed that for a while.
I'd be going along and all of a sudden, Mon put out a video. I'd go watch it.
Yeah, why didn't it tell me?
So I had to go back in there and I looked and saw it. Well, yeah, I selected it, so I deselected it. and then reselected it, and it started notifying me again. So I think you got to go back in and reselect every once in a while.
Show your interest or something. Oh, we'll check that out, Josh.
Yeah. But yeah, I think notifications, I think after a period of time, then it goes away or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and do that reselect thing because I noticed that I've been seeing things down the feed that I didn't get notified about.
So I've had to do that twice with Dave.
Yeah.
Got Rails.
Uh-huh.
The other channel I watch a lot is Great Northern.
Yeah.
So I had to do Great Northern as well.
Yeah. And some of the things it suggested, like, well, why don't you show me the things I told you I wanted to see?
Hi, Ray.
Oh yeah, the Napa wine train.
Napa wine trains, yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Southern California in a small town north of LA. Just up in the mountains, just before you go up over the grapevine to Bakersfield. Little small town, they call it Santa Clarita now.
Yeah.
But when I grew up there, it was Newhall Saugus. Little small town. Back when I was a kid, I-5 wasn't even built yet. Take the old road to get up there.
A lot of good train history in the area, though.
Yeah, we'll take a look, Josh.
Yeah, 4:30 was an odd time for us. We didn't mean to set it for that, and then we went in and said, why does it say 4:30? But it was too late to change it.
Yeah, because I went in and started up at 4 o'clock, and I went, what the heck, 4:30?
Yeah.
I could have swore when I set that up, I'm looking at it, it says 4 o'clock.
So next week will definitely be 4 o'clock.
But hey, you know, I'm so horrible at typing, I probably did for 4:30.
Well, I don't know. The trains have been running so well this live that maybe that was our Gremlins thing for the day.
Yeah, it could be. It could be, but, you know. No, actually, they were in the San Fernando Valley, just to the south of where I grew up, on the 210 freeway. And at that time, they built the 210. It came off of Interstate 5, and it went just a short distance, and it took them forever before they finally finished it. So there's a section of freeway that had hardly nothing. So when they filmed Chips, they would just shut that freeway off, and those guys would just run up and down the freeway.
Trains by Dave. Hi. Welcome.
Howdy, Dave. Yeah, growing up down there was a lot of TV shows they filmed all around us. You know, they did go out to Highway 126 at Indian Dunes where they had the motorcycle races and stuff. I worked there when I was a kid, flagging the races. But out there in that area, they filmed MASH out there.
Right.
Just right there in town where I was at, they filmed the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, yeah.
So you see that car running around all the time out there. You see the Batmobile running around.
Hi, Derek.
Hi, Derek. So it seems everybody survived the holidays.
It's good.
Yeah, they filmed in there's all the time. I'm watching old movies and stuff, and I'd see movies. Oh, I know where that is.
Although I love all those movies they've been shooting in New Zealand. New Zealand is beautiful.
Oh, I know.
It makes me want to go and see it all myself.
I wanted to go there just to fish.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. All right.
That's pretty awesome, Jim.
we're kind of running over here. Okay, folks, so we started at 4:30 and we were just going to run a 1 hour live this week.
Yeah, we wanted a good chance to check in with everybody.
Yeah, we just wanted to touch bases with the crew and make sure everybody survived the holidays and is in good spirits.
Oh, yeah.
Doing well, and wanted to wish everybody a very happy New Year.
I'm jealous, Mon. New Zealand is beautiful.
Yeah. So Mon put some video up of running back and forth to New Zealand.
Oh, cool.
It's really, really cool to see.
I'm gonna have to go watch that.
Look, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Nice.
Good stuff.
I like a PB a day.
Mm-hmm.
But folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We got some things to do that we got to take care of this evening. So, but we really wanted a chance to say happy holidays to everybody and wish everybody a happy and safe New Year.
I'm so glad you all could join us today.
Yep, and we're looking forward to doing big things with you guys in the coming year, in 2026. We got a lot planned.
We do.
So it's going to be a fun year, and I hope you guys will all come and join and follow along as we do that.
Mm-hmm. The next week we'll be back to our usual routines and here at 4 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah. So in the meantime, you guys have a good time running your trains, working on your layouts.
And we'll see you next time here at Getting Back on Track
with Steve
and Roxy.
Okay, bye all.
Bye, guys.
Have a great week and a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Take care.